friends. This is Todd, and today we're going to talk about Snarf. And it's kind of funny is I was just thinking when I was making the title how it does sound like when someone eats a lot of food. Now I don't know, maybe he was named after that. Maybe he does eat kind of funny. If you guys know, let me know. Oh, my wife's bringing hot water. Thank you. Doesn't need to be quite as full today. Yes, good. Thank you. Hooray, we got hot water so we can do some head swaps without breaking pins. So, hold on a second. I'm trying to transfer a photo from my phone to my iPad so I can show you guys. Maybe I'll just show it on my phone if I can't. There we go. Synced. So, years and years ago, there was a man named Joe Amaro, and he made some really cool stuff. And one of the things he made was a Snarf figure. Now, I've had some of his things in the past that he's made. He made some of the Skeletor droids, and I had like 7 of them because my friend was the one who casted them for him. And I remember when I saw this Snarf when he made it. No, not this one, obviously, but the one I'll show you in a minute. I wanted it so bad, but it was so much money, and it sold out just like in minutes. It was gone. I think he had it start at noon or something on his site, AmeroStudios.net or something like that. But the site's long gone, and wanted it so bad. I was kicking myself for not getting it, and so hey Charles, thanks for joining us. Master Far, thanks for being here. Hey Dwight. Hyperdelic, thanks for being here. Jason, thanks for being here. Juan Soto, thanks for being here. And in fact, Juan Soto, your package should be there tomorrow. I just checked the tracking a few minutes ago, and you should have it tomorrow, man. So that'd be cool. Let me know when you get it. And anyway, no more business. Back to Snarf. And I was just so bummed that I did not get. Let me show you the Snarf that Joe Amaro made. And when you guys see him, you're like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Let's see. There we go. There is the Snarf right there, made by Joe. Coming soon, Amaro Studios. Like I said, they sold out in just minutes. Then he made a second batch, and they also sold out in just no time flat. But pretty cool looking. Very, very much like our one we have from Super7 is very, very similar. But there are some differences, obviously, because this is made by Joe and this is made by Super7. That would be funny, though, if they hired him to sculpt it for them. I mean, they would have already had it done. They wouldn't have to even hire it out. They could have just said, hey, we will buy your design off of you, because it's about the same size from what I gather. Anyway, so I'm pretty excited about getting this. Now, here's the funny thing. As you guys know, I'm not a fan of Orko, right? I'm just not. Not a fan of Orko. I'm also not a fan of Snarf. He is like the Orko of Thundercats. It's like, why did they make a character Snarf? And, you know, it's just ridiculous. But I had to have him because he's part of the show, and I watched the show, and I don't remember all the episodes, but still, you know, trying to get your own Snarf was, you know, difficult. And the ones they made just were horrible. So difficult, horrible, and there we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at Snarf. Let's see. Snarf, as he prefers to be known, was young Lion-O's nursemaid. How weird is that? Okay, I knew that, but it just sounds really weird. After Lion-O grew up on the way to Third Earth, Snarf remained his devoted caregiver, and sometimes, much to Lion-O's chagrin. Okay. Chagrin. While Snarf can be pessimistic and lacks the skills of a warrior, he can also be brave and agile when necessary. Honorable, true, just, and loyal, Snarf embodies the code of Thundera, but he adds a compassion all his own. Bum, bum, bum. Now, if Snarf is supposed to be a nursemaid, you think about it, Lion-O grew up like that in hypersleep, so mentally he's still the same little kid, which always kind of freaked me out when I went back and watched the 2002 version, whatever it was that came out, the ones that came out in 2000. When I found out he was still the same boyish kid, I'm like, how in the world can he make fun of Wile E. Kit and Wile E. Cat, who used to be older than him? Because technically, mentally, they are still older than him. He's just a little kid in a big man's body. So basically, he is like Captain Marvel. Shazam! You know, where Billy is still very immature, but yet in a growing up body. And how weird would that be when he's hanging around females like this? Because in his mind, this is an old lady. Because she was older when he transformed, basically, because there was an error with his sleep pod that allowed him to age and when he wasn't supposed to. Luckily, it wasn't one of the older guys that had their, sleep pod messed up. So, anyway, I just always thought that was kind of weird. Let's see. Someone says, laughing out loud, I love Lion-O. I always felt Snarf and Oracle were the same comic relief of their shows. Yeah, they pretty much are. You mean Shazam? Yes, Master Far, I mean Shazam. But back in my day, he was known as Captain Marvel. And Shazam was the magic word he spoke, not who he was. So, yes. Thank you, Marvel, for messing that up. Anyway. So I know right now Captain Marvel is Carol Danvers, but not in my book. That is not Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is the guy with the big lightning bolt that yells Shazam and transforms. That is my Captain Marvel, not Brie Larson. All right. Kind of like C-3PO. Yeah, but C-3PO wasn't to appeal to kids so much. I mean, R2-D2 almost appeals to kids even more than C-3PO in some ways, but yeah, C-3PO is kind of weird. Shazam. All the Thunder... Yes, I made a video about that, about all the Thundercats being naked in the first episode. And it'd be funny if Super7 gave us the naked Thundercats. I just noticed something. Look, she's got the same brownish orange right there on her chest. Where is... Oh, she's over here. That she has. That must be a stylistic of paint that they decided to do with the painting to give depth, to put that orange paint on there as well. That's really interesting. Interesting. That's weird. On this side, it's her shirt. On this side, it's just a strap going across. Strange. You know what's weird? There's no black dots. Oh, there it is on her back. Okay, never mind. I was just surprised she didn't have any on her chest area. Okay, let's put her back next to her new boyfriend, Apache Chief. So, how strange is that? Little kid, big woman. He's taller than her now. And he's probably got a lot of craziness going on with his emotions and body changes and everything else. That's got to be bizarre. And then here comes Tigra. Tigra, where are you? And he ends up with her. Oh, hey, baby. And I always thought that was just so weird that he ended up with her, because she would think that she would kind of like his boyish charm. But technically, they are close to the same age and makes more sense. But there will be nobody for Lion-O, because he'd have to date a little kid, basically, to have someone that is mentally his same age. Which, of course, would be pretty messed up. Let's see. Marvel's Captain Marvel is named Marvel. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into Snarf. And then I'll show you my custom Snarf that I made. Custom Snarf. Because, of course, I had to have a Snarf. So I made my own. And we will check it out. Pumra? Okay, wait a minute. There's something you guys are saying I don't know. Does she end up with Lion-O? Is that what happens? Is she's Lion-O's significant other? The Marvels was a huge box office bomb. Snarf is overpriced. We'll talk about the pricing of Snarf in a few minutes, but somebody let me know. Was she Lion-O's girlfriend in the show? If so, that's interesting. The black-haired figure back there. Nah, he was neutered. Oh, Gnomsky. Oh, Mike, I only paid $5 for Snarf. Okay, let's get him open while you guys. Wow, Pumra did end up with Lion-O on the show. Well, thank you for letting me know that. See, now I have to go back and watch them all. Lots of leg. Yeah. Sorry about that. Not sure what's going on with the leg. I do know there's like about a 15-second delay from when I talk to you guys hear it. So that's kind of a weird thing. Alright. So, right out the bat, you can see there are lots of parts with Snarf. We got 3 heads. We have a new sword, a new glove, an extra tail, some colored Easter egg of some sort, lots of extra hands, a lady's purse, and Snarf, why do you have a lady's purse? What is going on there, dude? I mean, it's bad enough that you're Lion-O's nursemaid, but now you're carrying around a purse too? Dude. Let's just get the little furball out of there. Oh, he's got a stand. That's funny. Is he supposed to be jumping or something? Zoop. Because he can't fly. Is his tail that strong? Can he hold up his own weight on his tail? And it's glued on there too, I think. Yeah, it is. It's glued. You can't pull that off. You can't pull that off. That is crazy. Yeah, Delaxorian, I admit I have softened to them as well. If I had to choose one over the other, I would actually pick Snarf over Orko, because Snarf is still an animal type thing, almost like a pet. And I know he's supposed to be a nursemaid, but I look at it as Peter Pan and how they had the dog was their nursemaid kind of thing, which I know is kind of messed up, but because Snarf's supposed to be his own being, but really he's not. He's just a little mascot pet. Where Orko is more humanoid, and so I think it's kind of more messed up that you have this character that just is really good for nothing. Orko was actively destructive every time he did backfire. Yes. And Snarf was just there. Sure. Okay, let's talk about articulation. Then I'll swap the tails. So we have ankle articulation, it looks like. And his little... Look at those feet. If I was to show one of my granddaughters that, this would probably become one of their favorite figures. And then he's got little knees. He has little arm or leg joints there. He has a tail joint here. There's kind of a tail joint here, but it's not really mobile. It's just to separate to put the other tail on there. I think I might heat it up though. It looks like it's kind of tight. Then we have shoulder movement. We have elbow. We have little chubby hand movements. And then we have his head that moves as well. Now, look at this expression. Look at that. Look at that. That is quite the disgusted look. That's like somebody fed him something awful. This one's kind of funny, though. There's more surprise. This one's kind of like he's scared a little bit. I think I'm going to keep this head. That's the most thing we see him in. Now, Joe's only came with one head, so this is already better than Joe's figure, and for less money than Joe's. I think Joe's is like over $100, so I don't remember how much it was. I don't remember. I just remember it was very expensive for what you got, more so than Snarf. And, I mean, you can see how it looked. It was kind of cool, But Thundercats. But only a few points of articulation. The legs, the arms, and head. 5 points. So this Snarf is more articulated. Don't get me wrong. Joe Amaro did an amazing job, and I would never diss on his build, because for a guy that's making his own stuff, it was incredible. And I loved having those Skeletor droids from the Filmation show that he made. Like I said, he used to have 7 of them, and they were really cool too. So, all right, into the hot water. Hopefully it doesn't ruin the plastic down here. So let me try pulling his tail off again. Yeah, it's just too tight. I just do not want to break it. Boop. There he is. Let's see, I think Snarf is 50 on Amazon. Hey, that's better than Super 7. On Super 7, he's 55. And I think on Big Bad, he's also 55 too. 55 saves lives. Except when you're talking about a Snarf action figure, because he's so small. Okay, let's pull him off now. There we go. We got the tail off. There we go. I'm going to leave this tail on. I don't want the other tail. This makes more sense. Cool, but not that cool. And I do want at least one closed hand so he can hand lino the sword. I'm going to lay this down before I accidentally just dunk it in the hot water. That's why I got it here, right? So I don't break any parts. I told my wife not to fill it as full, but I'm seeing now with this short little body, I probably should have filled it a little fuller. You know what I should have done? I should have left out that guy from the movie, Gwildor, and compared him to Snarf. Gwildor. There we go. Now I can hand lino the sword. I'm not going to make this hand closed. Only can hold one thing. I'm not giving him his purse. Sorry, you guys. No purse for Snarf. Get this little Sword of Omens out. I have a toy Sword of Omens. A new glove. I need a new glove. Oh, weird. You can't put this glove on. It's only for holding the sword. So it's a non-usable glove. It just holds the sword only. That's okay, though. I was hoping I could stick it on his hand and do something with it, but... There we go. Lion-O, here's your sword. And your claw. He's crying. Don't cry, man. It's okay. I got water in his eyes. There we go. All right, time to pull out my custom Snarf. Custom Snarf. So here is my custom that I made. And you can see he's a little bit shorter than the Snarf we got. And again, when I made him, I mean, he is kind of ridiculous looking. You can see he's not articulated at all. So not even close as cool as Joe Amaro's. I made his hands so he could hold things, but his hands are just ginormous. And I made him out of another figure. Let me show you. So this is the original figure he came with. Now I forgot what these things were called. Could somebody help me? What was this brand of toys? I know they made a whole bunch of different figures, and they pop apart really easy. Let's see, is it really loose? It is a little loose. I think it's because the beard's so heavy, it kind of pulls them around, but it's not super loose. So I can move it, but it won't, you know, it won't jingle jangle or nothing weird like that. Loyal subjects, thank you. So I did buy the Loyal Subjects Snarf, and then I scanned him in 3D when I had a pretty lame 3D scanner. And then I painted him. And I stole the little subject's head and just stuck it on there because the head was so oversized. But you know what? It's time to put him back to normal. After all this time, we're going to soak his head. And we are going to... Oh, it's not going to fit. Oop. Oh. Hopefully all the paint doesn't come off. And put him back to the regular loyal subjects. And that's why his hands look so big, because they're small here, but when you size them up to twice the size, a little over twice the size, he becomes ginormous. Because see, it's the same size hands almost, actually a little bigger even, but when you scale them up, they're just humongo. 218 degrees, it's kind of hot. Let's see if I can get that head off there without breaking it. Hey, I got it off. Look at that. You can see the color I printed him in, that gray. Now to stick my little subjects back together. There we go. Now I got Snarf and Baby Snarf. I mean, it's not horrible, but... Yeah, the 2011 Snarf was cool. Didn't he come with the tank? Didn't you have to buy the tank in order to get it? Or something like that? Okay. You guys who watch the cartoon on a regular basis, what's with the Easter egg? What's going on with this? Is it really a smoke bomb like the arrow from that girl? Boiled subjects. That's funny. Have an egg. Have 2 eggs. Oh, only 1 egg. Candy fruit? All right, time to get a bag out to store his parts that I'm not going to have out. I will take his candy fruit out, because I'm not going to keep that out, because that will get lost. We're going to take Lionel's extra pieces, separate them so they don't break, because I always see that sword just snapping off his extra snake tail. Extra surprised happy head into the bag. Somebody said yes, candy fruit. He must have ate a bad candy fruit. Ah! You know what's going to be funny? I was just thinking about his merce that he comes with. And I was just thinking, you know, I'm going to put it in the bag. I'm not going to lose it, even though I don't care about it. But I could see in 20 years from now, that being the one item that makes the figure worth money. What? You don't have the rubber purse with the metal zipper? Well, then it's not worth anything. So, I could see that being an issue. So I'm going to keep that. It's so weird feeling. There we go. Okay. Let's take a look here. I didn't do too bad of a job matching the colors, though. I mean, it's not perfect, but yeah. So he's pretty cool. I'm happy with him. Snarf, snarf, snarf. Let's line up the Thundercats. Thunder, 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 thunder. Kitty cats. Now, I don't have the kids yet. They are on pre-order. Oop. Don't fall. Now, I think this was the main Thundercats, right? Oh, wait. Nope, nope. I forgot the big guy. The big tank driver guy. There he is. Bom, bom, bom. Okay, there we go. Okay, so these were like the main Thundercats that went around everywhere. These 4 and Snarf. And then, of course, the Thunder Kittens. And then as time goes on, we get different Thundercats added to the storyline, if I believe correctly. Like this lady somehow. I don't know how she fits in. I don't even remember her in the cartoon at all for some reason. She is so tall. And then we get Bengali. Bengali! He's always jolly, Bengali. And then we get the blind guy, who I don't know his name. Ugh. Whew, he's got sharp points. Ow, 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 ow. Oop, oop, oop. See, he's knocking people over. He doesn't see where they're at. He needs to have a cane. Does he come with a white cane? And then we have... Bum, bum, bum. Sleeping Jaga. Which I wish I had Spirit of Jaga. Oh, I'm going to have to pay $160 some odd for that Spirit of Jaga. No! There they are. Thunder, thunder, thunder. Am I missing any good guys? I don't see any more in here. And I got the big snow guy, but he's not really part of the Thundercats. Let's see. Thundercats Roar Show was bad. Yeah, I never even watched it. I think the egg is in episode 52. Oh, I forgot a hand. Oh, that would be bad. Your Snarf is missing a hand. He's worth nothing. He is incomplete. Now I lost my bag of all the parts. Bag of parts. There they are. You know, it's cool that Super7 gives us all these accessories, but you know, it is a pain to keep them all, because in reality, you're just going to set your figure up the way you want. You're never going to change the hands and heads out, hardly ever. And cool, but... Yep. Alright. Orko in Castle Grayskull looks good. Sure. I'm missing Wily Kit and Wily Cat now. Yep. Yep. Now, I do have the ones on the surfboard that Mattel made, but I don't want to open them because I figured Super7 was going to make them someday. And so, as you see, they are, so there you go. Maybe we'll get Snarfraw at some point. Snarfraw. Ugh. Hey, Eric. Thanks for joining us. Let's see here. It's funny. I got an alternate of her. Boop. Yellow. Mellow yellow. I got an alternate of him. Burp. I am clear. I am ice. I got an alternate of him. I'm just frozen. But no alternate for him. They didn't give us any custom figure for him. And they did give us a custom Jaga that obviously I didn't get, which is the Spirit of Jaga. So that's kind of cool. And of course I have the Mattel version too. You know what? I think this is the Super7 version. It is. This is the Mattel version. Bum, bum, bum. Crazy. They look very, very similar. Slight differences in coloring, but... And he came with extra hands, or extra claws, so you can go with either claw. The swords are different, though, too. Alright. So, I know it sounds funny. How can someone love Thundercats and not watch the cartoon and know enough about it? I do love Thundercats, but again, I just don't know enough about the lore. It is time for me to watch the videos, I think, so I can learn about the lore. So when I'm in these videos talking about these guys, I can actually know what the heck I'm talking about. I consider that invisible Tigra. Yes, it's supposed to be the invisible one. When he uses his special 3-ball things and puts them around his body, he becomes invisible. Vomp, vomp, vomp. Oh, and he knocked over everybody all the way over. I hate this. You can feel this plastic in this hand is just... I think it's going to be kind of brittle. Let me stick it in the hot water so I can open it up. A little bit more. Just a little bit more now. I love clear figures. I just hate the way they break. Ugh. And somehow it's supposed to wrap around his body. Zip, zip. There we go. Which doesn't make any sense. Why does he wrap his whip around his body to become invisible? I mean, is that really... I know, it's a cartoon. Doesn't need to make sense. And this is the running fast version. Do 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 do. I am running really fast, so I turned yellow. She glows in the dark. That's what why she looks like this, but a really awful glow. And it's weird, this yellow looks brown when she glows. Kind of the same color as her tunic there. It's really weird. Alright. Let's see. Tiger Sharks was pretty lame though. I really hate the heart that blocks chat. Oh, I know. I hate that too. You can't see the last person what they wrote a lot of times. Wow. Tigra cut Lionel's sword on the show using the whip. That's crazy. That's just crazy talk. Now I think about it, this guy was my favorite character. I forgot about that. He was the coolest, I think, out of all the Thundercats. He was big, beefy. He didn't take no direction from nobody. When things went wrong, he had a plan. He was pretty cool. I think he even built the tank out of spare parts or some crazy thing like that too, didn't he? Ugh. Fit together. I need my screwdriver in here. I can't get his. I can't get no. Let's try this Q-tip here. See if I can get that to close with that. No, I'm going to need a screwdriver. Yeah. Oh well, next time. Oh, Panther was Toys of a Time Gone By's favorite too. Oh, I dropped something on my floor, but I don't see what it was or where it went. Oh well. I gotta admit, way better than my custom. So, glad I got him. Worth $55. Maybe not because he's so small, but with all the extra accessories, I can kind of see why he went for so much. And they want to keep the price the same for all of them, which is funny because they're giant figures they charge more for. So when they gave us Mumra, he cost more because he was bigger. But the smaller ones, they don't give us a discount on. They just add more accessories and say, here you go, still 55 bucks. Panther and Tigra were my favorite. Was my favorite. Yeah. I actually always liked her a whole lot and him a whole lot. Those are my two favorites. See, they should have been the power couple. Bum, bum, bum. Charles, good journey. End the video now, Todd. We've had enough of you just meandering on about nothing. Yeah, sorry, man. I meander. Oh, here's your first Thundercat figure in the 80s. Nice. And the cat's lair. Where's his wrench? It's in some baggie somewhere. Let's see, is it in this baggie? Nope, that's Lion-O's pieces. I didn't want to lose it, so it's in some baggie somewhere. Probably in this baggie here. This is kind of the baggie of all the pieces that I had for a while. And then I started putting them in separate bags. Somewhere in here is a wrench. There it is. There's the wrench. Oop! I knocked over more Thundercats. If you guys can see that wrench or not there. There it is. The wrench of power! Alright. Since all the Thundercats are sleeping, they're all taking a cat nap. I think we'll call this the end. Sure, One Solo. Appreciate it. That suit on the yellow Chitara is pinched up front. It might cause... Oh, it might be caught in the hip joint. Oh, yeah, I see it. There we go. Thank you. Dun-da-da. Thanks for the call out before I put her back in the box and had it sit that way for the next 10 years. And then get ruined. Whew, I am tired. Anyway, thanks for joining me, you guys. Jaga's head on Masterverse Man-at-Arms goes great together. That's a really cool idea. I could see that. And I will see you guys next video, and good journey. Let's see, I tagged you on Instagram on our new Brave Star figure too, Todd. Nice, Gnomsky. Now, is that the one that Ramen's making? Because that does look pretty cool. Ramen toys. Oh, not ramen. Oh, okay. I'll check it out. Huh. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm really curious now to see who made it. I wish they would make Brave Star figure with Masterverse articulation for an affordable price. It looks cool, but not worth $60. You mean Snarf or something else? Brave Star. Snarf. I mean, he does have a belly on him. I mean, that's. I want to weight wise. Nope, she's heavier. Even with the belly. Actually, she is kind of a heavy figure. Actually, you know what's funny? My wife said that about her yesterday when I handed her to her. She's kind of heavy. And I said, hey, that's not nice to say. She's working on her weight. My wife didn't find it funny. All right. That's a wrap, I think. Oh, the Marshall is $60 from Ramen Toys. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. That's the best way the channel gets shared, is by you guys sharing it with other people. And that is all that I got. And I'm getting excited. I added some new pieces to my palace doors to make it more stable and a little longer. And it looks way cool. You guys will see it later. And that is it. Good journey, you guys. Bye now.